What's up, guys? This is the Rifleman, and I am back to bring you to the first episode of my next Empire Total War campaign as Great Britain with the Empire 2 mod. There's an awful lot of differences between this mod and Darth mod. Immediately you can see that we're starting in 1690 and we don't yet have Scotland as Great Britain, and also no territorial possessions in India either. We have a couple of Caribbean islands. But yeah, this is my first time playing Empire 2. I've had a bit of a mosey around the mod before, like yesterday. Have a look at some of the stuff that's going on, and there is an awful amount of differences. There is a lot of things going on. So this will be a true world domination, painting the map red, and on hard, which is my standard difficulty, although if things go awry quite quickly, I might restart it on a lower difficulty just to get my bearings, because there's an awful lot of differences between this mod and Darth mod, which I am quite familiar with. So let's get to it.
Your first priorities as an island nation should be to ensure you have adequate
Immediate
naval
difference
defenses
in
in
how
place,
just the game
as
looks.
a strong navy is the key to protecting your shores. Beyond that, maintain friendly relations with other Protestant nations, such as the United Provinces, Hanover, Prussia, and Sweden, as the ever-present threats from Catholic France and Spain may require a joint action by allies in the near future. In addition to securing your position at home, look to the preservation of your colonies in America and the Caribbean. France and Spain are always interested in expanding their overseas territories, and your colonists will provide easy pickings for less scrupulous nations if left unprotected. There is also much unexploited territory in the Indian subcontinent. Gain a foothold here before your rivals do. The once mighty Mughal Empire is on the verge of falling apart, but it is still important to move swiftly. The up-and-coming Maratha Confederacy is ready to pounce and forge an empire of their own, so allying with them against the Mughals could be a useful strategy. It is especially vital to act in India before the French gain a foothold and begin to work against you as they have in America.
Rightio. So immediately you can see there's a lot of visual differences in how the game looks. One thing that's not quite so obvious but is really cool to observe is that territories like Brussels and Dublin that previously would have been like single province states, you know, you can either have a military governor's barracks or a civil administration building. Now they actually have...
Your region capital is the central...
They are their own territories. 1 second. Not this one. Oh, it's game settings. Good. Yeah, things like Dublin used to have one territory, one building slot. Now there are lots of them, and you can see that some of these buildings require multiple research required to unlock them. And also, sometimes I've read that sometimes the building will require more than these 3 pieces of research. It's just that the UI only allows 3 to be visible. Sadly, I'm not quite sure how you deal with that, because there's no way to actually see what it is you want. And here's a spoiler, awful lot of new units. But we are Britain, so we've got an army under John Churchill with some new units. Musketeers of the Line and militia, but they're going to advance up to York, because we want to start to gather our armies for the invasion of Scotland. Let's bring this army over to Northern England. So we've got our fleets: Edward Russell, the 5th rate Scepter, and the 6th rate Amphion. Henri de Massou. They can chill out in the Colebrook mines. These chaps can gather at York. Right off the bat, let's recruit some. I mean, you can see this enormous roster. I'm naturally drawn to cheaper units at the moment. Horse Grenadiers, Pistoliers. I mean, we will go through these, all of these, because you know I love my unit variety. So right now what I'm recruiting is County Militia. Bog Standard Militia. They're just militia, just a bit of mass. I might back them up with some Lord Cutts Regiment and Bath Regiment, Line Infantry. I suppose what I should do really is make sure all of my territories at least have dirt roads, because they're reasonably cheap upgrade. Okay, we've got a gentleman here at Moose Factory. Oh, the people at Moose Factory hate us. We're going to build a sloop to bring this gentleman back to Britain. Moose Factory, -4. Okay, first of all, knock my upper class policies down, so we don't actually lose that much. And I might recruit Colonial Horse. This is very much late 17th century. New England Company, Colonial Militia, Civilian Arquebusier. Ha! They have garrison policing bonus, so I might recruit a couple of those. They don't like some of the people in government. We've got a lot of cultural unrest because we've got a large Native American population. The territory that's growing is Fort Rupert here. We want that to speed up, so let's build a peasant farm. Boost that. Ministers. My head of government is +1 treasury, 2 treasury, +1 happiness. But he's not better than my current treasury minister, and everybody else is okay. I think I might just punt him out. Replaced by Benedict Thorne. Right. Trade. Austria. Don't like trading money for trade agreements, but I think in this mod it's kind of the way it is. We'll make that money back anyway. The Marathas. Good. I think that's everybody except for Scotland, who we don't want to trade with because we're going to be heading towards them. We're not going to build this trapper post yet. Down here in the Caribbean, let's occupy Kingston and occupy Grand Bahamas. Sugar and coffee plantations at Nassau. Sugar and coffee, rather. Sugar's worth a lot more. You'll notice that ivory has been replaced by slaves, which is exactly the sort of topic that makes Empire 2 almost impossible to ever see in our lifetime, I think. We're not going to worry about India at all. Isaac Newton, get into the college and start. Yeah, immediately. It makes your eyes pop out seeing all this. So much research, and you will notice... you might notice that these building trees are all very similar. These trees are all very similar. In philosophy, you've got the school. You've got these buildings called magistrates, military hospital, military apartments, and warehouses. These all do things. Schools do more things, like they contribute to town wealth. Religious schools increase pop growth as well. And so that's a big difference. It's now we're spreading culture rather than religion, so it seems that much more colonial, really. We're going to get rid of the inn, because we're going to need another university to start hacking through this enormous tree. And you'll see this is a farmland, but we have a choice of being able to build potters, peasant farms, or stables. I'm going to build peasant farms, because we've got Manchester, Liverpool, and Newcastle to develop as Britain. Let's get my ships into my trade ports. Build a sloop to garrison Waterford in Ireland. So unhappiness is already a thing. Let's get a conservatory. No, wait. We have a conservatory. Let's buy an opera house.
Your lordship,
My spy is not going to be doing much of anything at the moment.
moving to a new position.
Can't build any roads because they're more expensive. EB. Buy a ship. Lots of firepower. I don't know how trade works in this game. I might recruit a brig and send them off to a trade zone to see if they can start picking some things up. Right, I think in the immediate term I want common land enclosures. Try and boost my pop growth. Because I want it here, and then I want it up at Rupert's Land because I want Fort Rupert to build a church school to start converting these people to have English culture. Okay, that's all done. We're trading everything we can. 3,800 is the sort of income we're talking about. So let's hit end turn. I want to break the alliance with Savoy. Just to not be at war with France immediately. I know war with France is inevitable, but I just don't want to be at war with them right now. I'd also like to build up an army in the Americas to go and attack the pirate regions. I'll enter the war on the side of the Confederacy to enter the war on the side of Portugal, sorry, against the Confederacy. I'll back up the 13 colonies as well, but I think I will immediately try and sue for peace with the Maratha Confederacy because I don't want to actually be at war with them. But I don't want to lose my alliance. So many new regions as well. New factions rather. Yeah, pirates are a lot stronger. Spain and Bavaria have lost their alliance. Poland and Denmark have lost theirs. No demands out of Rupert's factory, but the garrison bonus really helped. Okay, let's get this agent aboard ship. God, it's going to take him a while. Get over to Britain. War between the Dutch and Spain. War between Prussia and Poland. War between Russia and Sweden. War between Sweden and Denmark.
Make ready. Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Ready for orders. Anything more?
Probably enough. Advance on to Edinburgh. I think I still might keep Royal Regiment of Dragoons. So some of these symbols don't necessarily work. I might get Union of Yeomanry. See, now at this building I can build all these buildings plus a magistrate. We're going to build a school. It'll make people unhappy. Matchlock Militia. Build one of those. Start to try garrison this area. I think if I send this brig out into the wide world, they might well just get attacked and sank. The Blue Badger. Galleon, 40-gun frigate, full-rigged pinnacle and a sloop. I mean, we've probably, almost certainly got enough to beat them, but I'm a wimp. Comes to naval engagements. Firepower 103, 144, 217. Yeah, that galleon outshoots everything we've got. We've got a lot of better, smaller ships. And they're quite bad. I mean, if you're a risk taker, that's what you go for. I'm not a... Even then, you might go, that's not a risk. Yep, I am a real pansy. So we've gained the 13 colonies mission. So we have to capture Quebec, Georgia, and Cherokee territory, and we will gain the 13 colonies. So you really want to do that. I think in the Americas, I want to try and build up a force and just take out the pirates. And in Britain, I want to build an army, take Edinburgh, then this army will sail over from Edinburgh and land and take Quebec. Then we'll start to expand in the territories in North America. I think that would be my preference. Now we actually have... Take all of my ships out. Attack the Sick 3. Valiant up. There we go, we can do a bit of pilfering and pillaging now. I can't see how much money it's actually earning us. Without it, our treasury is 3561. We gain from other, and if I... Oh, I don't think we get anything from it because the Maratha... There is no trade actually going between Maratha and their trade partner. Speaking of, we have an opportunity for more trade partners. Russia, let's trade. You don't want to trade? Fine. Venice. Okay, is it because I don't have any money? Get rid of everything except the alliance. I'll give you plug bayonet and money. That'll do. Just a little something to sweeten the pot. Okay, let's hit N10. Good guy, Netherlands. Clearing the seas for us. Ally attacked Russia. Well, I guess I'm gonna back Austria. There goes my trade agreement with Prussia. I don't want to be involved in a war with all these people. Decline. So I went to war with Prussia for no reason, because I have just then broken my alliance with Austria. I'm gonna have to do some real politicking this time. Yep, they've declared war on me, which makes sense, because that's the new faction that sits below Rupert's Land. Alliance broken between the 13 colonies of France, Austria, Westphalia, Austria, Savoy. Austria didn't get many allies in that engagement. Right, so... No, they don't want to make peace. Prussia... Can't even do any tech. Gosh darn damn it.
Lord?
Okay, let's go engage in our first action. Let's not call our allies in, because we don't want to give them an excuse to break us.
Prepare for war.
Okay. Let's go after these scallywags. Not going to auto resolve. I accidentally nearly clicked that. Let's go for Edinburgh. So I'm aware that there have been some changes in textures and speeds and sounds, and this game sounds amazing. Let's get ready. Also, I'm aware that apparently pikemen are very much more defensive rather than offensive. If you charge them in, they are not as good as what I'm used to when I've played with them in Darth Mod. I think there's sufficiently more. It feels like so far there's a lot more going on in this mod that you have to actually. Why does everything look so bad? The time of year. Yeah, I think it might just be the particular texture of the trees, because those look bad. But I've got everything on good. I've got it on that just because if I run it at higher resolution, it runs windowed or shrunk. I don't really like that. Okay, first of all,
Infantry reporting.
Lord Cut's regiment in their splendid hats.
Infantry.
Regiment of foot pikemen. They look rather dapper. I like the end of the pikes as well. Pikemen. So, in this mod, you can, when you install it, you can choose to get rid of these big flags and just have these individual units, not have these icons. I've kept them because I think they are handy. Militia, very militia-like. From somebody who's completely not knowledgeable about these things, these very much do look like 17th century infantry, especially these guys.
Yes, sir.
County militia
Militia. Sir.
and our other militia units. Excellent, right. Let's put our gun line in the center. Same with these fields of fire. That's something I've enabled in the mod during installation. You can choose to not have that. Oh, wait, I've got 2 units of regular line. They'll spread out. My pikes are going to try push the flanks. My cavalry is going to look for an opportunity to go after their mortars. My demi-cannons are going to sit back here and engage. 5 demi-cannons per battery. Oh, and one thing that's really cool that I have noticed before, cavalry, they have a chat with their flag, so when they're charging, they look really cool. I mean, my cavalry have an opportunity now, and they're going to take it. They sound cool. And my line's going to be biased towards the left. You can hear the rumble of my guns firing. They're engaging the county militia. Yeah, I have an opportunity to swoop in, knock out their mortars immediately. Because the Scottish troops, they look great. Proper Scottish citizen militia. Provincial line, garrison provincial line, militia. Plus 1 unit up here, so they're going to be left till the end. My cavalry are charging. Pathfinding is a bit awkward. Their general's in one of these blocks, so... no. Go that way, because you'll just be shot at by the enemy. Make sure my artillery's engaging the enemy provincial line. Let's watch the guns fire, actually. down the flower of Scotland. Battles are going to take longer.
Reporting.
They are. Yep, these chaps are walking up to the front. Kill. Protect the colours. Okay, that's now Scottish are responding. My artillery has done a handful of kills. Face down the mortar crews. There you go, just shatter them. Killed 5 more. You're broken. Cohesion, good. Concerned about casualties. There you go, killed their commander. Okay, this infantry, maybe you ought to... Okay, I think we're going to actually get bottled up a bit, because this is funky terrain. My cavalry recover to the rear, gain some stamina back. Let's get ready to watch some volleys be fired.
Infantry reporting.
Acceptable volley. Let's get you men around the flank. Excellent. Okay, let's throw 2 units of yeomanry into this provincial line unit, see how well we impact them. Make sure the artillery is engaging battlefield targets nearer the front. Cohesion is excellent. This guy got not flying though. $263 men remaining so far. I think my militia are having the worst of it so far. However, we are in an advantageous position. And once the 7th Regiment of Militia opens up, will be great. Bring 1 cavalry unit back into the fight. Ready to move my pikes in. Picking away my regiment of militia. Frantically loading and firing. This unit's cohesion is bad, so if that means if they are that much more more vulnerable to morale. I might get my artillery to start engaging enemy regiment of Scotland. if I just charge you guys in, because they're wavering, the cohesion is good, but let's see what happens. Oh, there we go, they've broken. Advance to point blank range. They're being fired upon from all directions. My unit cohesion's still bad. Because they're all stuck on that tree. Excellent. Second regiment are broken. They're going to route through my line. Or either way. Even though we don't have bayonets in our... Even though we don't have bayonets loaded, let's just give them a charge. Just to kill them. There we go, that unit came back, despite being in a terrible way. Excellent, okay. Charge in, commit the slaughter that we need to see. Excellent, right. Now it's going to be a slow walk up to the Regiment of Scotland all the way at the back. Shattered, broken, they should shatter. There they go. Okay, you men, start to get you up this way. Everybody else, just advance towards them through the town. With time compression on, we might end up cavalry charging them. But I think this could be an example of scenarios where we might not necessarily do paint the world blue because we've got paint the world red rather, because we've got so many battles to fight. Going through this sort of rigmarole every time could get a bit tiresome. I will charge throwing my yeomanry in, but everybody is moving up slowly and with caution. Okay, I have also turned off replenishment like the traditional Empire because I wanted to see what the I wanted to try to play the mod the way that it was intended. Just get you guys over here. From here along the up and come in through the back. So they're not running. The cohesion is described as bad. Oh, hello. We've moved them off of their hill. I'm going to change our overall plans. Because you've got this rock face here that stops us from manoeuvring in the way that we would like. You men get into position there. You men need to go set up there. This Lord Cut's regiment set up there. County militia is excellent, so they're just going to hold the line against the Regiment of Scotland while our other regiments endeavour to get into position. So Forward, men. Excellent. Temporarily fire at will off to allow your allies to pass through. Because then you can reload. There we go, they're immediately responding to being potentially surrounded. When you man about face. Oh, they actually stamp their feet as well. Excellent. Counting militia unit to occupy their former positions and pour fire into the flank. Lord Cutts Regiment advance to point blank range. Counting militia cease fire. Excellent advance. I'm not even going to need my cavalry for the final swing and attack. Oop, sorry, that's very loud. Either way, they are wavering. The general has been left far behind. And the 7th Regiment of Militia put their volleys in, although one man's got very keen and ran past. What are you doing? There we go. The Regiment of Scotland have been killed. Excellent. Good, good, good. So that's Edinburgh secure. That's very useful for us. We're probably going to have to fight off a rebel army. But now with the British Isles secured, we can integrate our territories together and then start to expand elsewhere. If I'm not at war with the French by the time this army's ready to sail to the New World, they will instead sail to the pirate regions and take them. That will be the objective. Victory! Gilchrist Bar has been subjugated by John Churchill. Naturally, they hate us. It's a small religious school. Let's get rid of that because it promotes Catholic culture. We want to promote English culture. Let's get rid of that. Let's repair these buildings. You can actually build peasant farms in the city. Interesting. I'll keep it for now, but once the territories are developed, I think I want to get rid of it. And then we've got a magistrate. Okay, I may build a magistrate for lots of the positive wealth building it does, as well as repression and happiness. So we'll want to build that into a church school so that we can start spreading English culture. So because we don't have reinforcements turned on, if I don't click on anything, it says, yeah, I can research, but once I click on a unit, it goes away. So you end up... you will effectively, I think, end up having a multiple, like a reinforcement army. We can keep feeding armies with new troops. 8 Guard Musketeer, Pikemen, the Earl of Argyll's Regiment, Light Pikemen, Highland Warriors, Matchlock Militia, lots of good stuff here. You've got basic roads, that's okay. 1100 or 1200. Can't recruit anything for that. Okay, let's maybe build a militia unit up here in Moose Factory, ready, because we are at war with the Council of Three Fires. So Scotland's been destroyed. John Churchill is an Eastern mystic. So for some reason, for particularly against fighting, he captured an Eastern mystic in Scotland. Very well. So we can't tax this territory yet because we don't have it under control. But, okay, for now, Cambridge is still researching. The school will take 3 turns to build.
Yes, sir.
We have some reinforcements coming from London. See if I can get more trade. The Safavids, Ottomans, Persians are usually good. Trade partner, yes, I'll give you plug bayonet. You're sufficiently far away, that's not a problem. That's not a problem for me. Savoy. Trade, and I'll give you limbers. Trade agreement, and I'll preemptively offer you limbers. Grease the wheels. God, I can still trade with more regions. There aren't that many minor nations, really. All the minor nations are the Native American factions and the Barbary States and the pirates. Everybody who's somebody is up here in the major faction. Green. Give them plug bayonet, because that'll help them in their war against the Marathas to the south. I mean, I'm just going to keep trading until I can't trade with anybody. He's unfriendly with Spain, unfriendly with the Papal States. You know... God, I can still trade. Yeah, you keep on going. God, I can still trade. I don't want to trade with France, Louisiana, or New Spain's different. Okay, so I'm effectively trading with the entire world, and I'm up to 5,800. Good. Excellent. Okay, let's hit end turn.
Reef sail.
Dutch are raiding the French, that's good. I can't trade with the Dutch, I'd like to. Oh, don't you come and attack me. Very well, although we can use that to steal their ship. We can send our fleet from Portsmouth and ambush them. Oh, I suppose it's all trade from Edinburgh. Those are all the extra those are all the extra trade routes. Yeah, it does mean we're not going to get as much trade as we like. We're not going to go anywhere near India for the time being, because India's an absolute slugfest. Oh god. Letter of demands from Scotland. Like us being here at all. Okay, let's take you guys up here.
Awaiting further order.
Got one garrison policing unit. So what ship have they sent up here? Full rigged pennants, 243 firepower. Well, let's bring out the navy.
Stations make ready for battle.
Bring the yeomanry out.
Battle, sir.
Right, let's go get this swine, because this swine is more powerful than any of our individual ships, so we definitely want it. So I've also turned off boarding, because apparently for this mod, boarding introduces lots of bugs, so we're not going to be boarding any enemy ships. Okay. Something like this. First of all, let's have a look at the fifth rates. I can't imagine their models changed. Yeah, that hasn't changed a huge amount. Okay. Full rigged pinnace. Okay, we want to surround. So only 28 guns. We got. Wait. Oh, the stats don't necessarily reflect. Okay. Well, I was looking at firepower. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. I didn't realize. I thought we were going into this as the underdog. Absolutely not, it appears. Lowered broadside right. The sailing looks a lot more natural. Ooh, it's good sound. Concerned because they're under fire. This ship's going to fire chain into the masts to try knock one of them out. Mainmast is gone, so switch the rest of your fire to firing round shots. Come on, Argyle's ready to pump some shots into them too. Sounds a lot more epic, although I might have to okay, got the usual bug where it immediately dampens everything down. Should cut guns out of the stern as well. Okay, this might take a bit of finicking to get right. Hildebrand is routing. We do want to carry on because we want this ship. Come on, Valiant. Pivot. Excellent. So that is another ship captured for our fleet. And hopefully we can get those trade regions back, or those trade routes back up and running for next turn. If we lose Rupert's factory, I think that's okay. In the long run, we don't need it. We have other goals, particularly the securing of Quebec. That will be huge. Then we can use that as a base to expand out into North America. Bring you into the fleet. Yeah, look, firepower 145. Okay, now I know it's because it doesn't count the 0 on the end of it. Roughly.
Where to, Captain?
Okay, let's repair the dockyard.
Yes, Your Majesty.
New men, return to Portsmouth.
Your Majesty. Ready and waiting. Forward!
Repair the damage to your ships. Sort of resistance to foreign occupation. So next turn... Oh, we're still heavily damaged by that region being raided. We're going to be attacked by the Native Americans in North America. Swedish Navy is on. The Swedish armies are on the march. The Mughals are off to go raid their enemy. Their agents are off to go spying. They are still coming. Don't think we can really expect to hold them. So we mass recruit, but then, okay, I wonder if I can make peace with them. I doubt it. Yes. Allied with the French, lots of enemies. I think I might consider it lost. Keep the money and expend it elsewhere.
Yes. Waiting for orders.
Let's build another sloop. So this sloop can go up to here. So the army
Any orders?
can move into Edinburgh and be ready to deal with probable raid. Mistress, letter of demands from Scotland. Oh, maybe they've changed their structure, or changed their usual pattern. So we've got. Okay, I can upgrade a farm, high yield. Upgrade a rented farm, just to try boost my pop growth a little bit more. Villages are not growing because lots of people are emigrating. Because if I recruited those troops in North America, they wouldn't be done by the time these guys attack next turn. So then all the money I spent recruiting them would be lost when we lost the city. So that's my rationale there. And I think it's eminently worthwhile investing in the getting Scotland back rather than pouring a load of money into Rupert's Land. Spain has attacked Portugal. Well, I guess this is it, because I'm going to back up Portugal. I'm going to back up Portugal. It means I need to probably do some raiding of French ports now. Prevent the build-up of the French Navy. Can't do a huge amount about the Spanish Navy. But I can try and seek a certain amount of dominance of the Channel. Well, let's fight it. So we've got a bit of a garrison. One good unit of cavalry is all that would have been needed. Well, I don't think there's much we could have done about trying to keep hold of that territory. Right. Let's get set up. At least we have plug bayonets. If it gets to the melee, we can do that. I can't even have my general do the heavy lifting. Oh, and it's raining. Wait a minute, we can have the super high ground. We can get up over here. If they deploy over there, will they all try and come through this ground here? So tempting just to have pikemen sit pikemen behind walls, be like, right, come at me. The only thing I can have behind barricade. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna try and will them into going up this gap. We just don't want them to come up through. We want them to come through out into this ground, really. We do want you to be. I mean, this is assuming they don't go around us, which they could well do. I suppose, really, I don't want them to fire. I don't want my guys firing downhill, firing uphill rather. I want them to be. Yeah. You men all grouped together. You've not got the access to fire over people's heads there. I want... Oh, they're going to have to come all the way across. I mean, they're attacking me, so... Bowman 100... Yeah, they got a chief's bodyguard, but that's not worth putting stakes up for. If they come towards me, straight up this hill... My musketeers might deploy down here. Not a great position, but they can move up. And my musketeer, my pikemen, when the time comes... Please come at me, bro. Yes, it looks like they are all going to come up through this round here. So if we can beat the melee, the melee wave that's coming at us, we can then charge my pikemen down the hill and deal with their bowmen. Then there's only 200. They've only got 200 bowmen, so of course the rain does make misfires a certainty. You've scouted the terrain. She looks like a bowman unit might be whipping around the flank. If they do, I'll dispatch one pike unit to go deal with them. But I don't want to move anybody until they've committed. They're going to try and whip around the flank, which is also good. You're asking me to clip the top of them. Citizenry. Move some pikemen down the hill. Fire at will. Yeah, the bowmen are whipping around. Cohesion excellent. Native American warriors are pushing around the left. Their cohesion is excellent, but they are breaking. Good. Fall back. You might have to run over here. Enemy general killed! So my pikemen are going to run back and deal with the bowmen coming up behind us. Okay, pikemen have dealt with them. Okay, let's bring you men back where we can use this piece of impassable terrain to shorten our lines to prevent us being overextended. Colonial matchlock musketeers have to halt fire. About face. The bowmen, my pikemen are being engaged by the bowmen. Unit cohesion is bad. They're being fired in the flank by my civilian arquebusier. We'll keep hacking at them. Fall back. Just keep pushing them back off of the hill. Need to pour more fire into them. There you go. Now my pikemen are in a formation. Dealing with these chaps should be a bit simpler. More men about face. Make ready. Face them off. Okay, they're coming back again, but they are getting, because we've got the high ground, they are tiring. They're throwing axes at us. Ooh, they're going down. When your general's been killed. Amateur! Good volley. They charged into our line, but then immediately broke. Well, they shattered when we made it to our line. Native American warriors are back, although they've just taken a devastating volley from the arquebusier. Excellent. Broken. Tribesmen are still here. Bowmen are firing. Pikemen just advance towards these bowmen and continue the fight. There'll be a bit of a rough and tumble once they collide, then once they form the formation. Because right now my cohesion is terrible. But that does mean they are suffering quite bad casualties. But then again, their cohesion is also terrible. We're going to hold here, take the casualties while we deal with this last tribesman unit. Too bad you couldn't shatter them with that last effort, but form up. What are you doing? Are you just running? Okay, let's fall this unit of arquebusier back. Force them to bring their men closer. Okay, they're running. towards them. I guess we're going to have to... And my line infantry is going to advance towards this gap. My pikemen are going to advance to cover their flank. These units are going to be ready to pour fire into the tribesmen when they return. Which they are. Open fire! Very few casualties at extended range. Charge down the hill into the bowmen. There we go. Collided with them. Good. Send the enemy scuttling back into the woods. This is an exceptionally advantageous piece of terrain we had though. Excellent. Brave defense of Rupert's Land. Nice. That went quite well. Do need to beef up the garrison though, because we've taken a few casualties. So we need to combine units and then recruit some more. Potentially even, well, I can't recruit an artillery piece, I don't think. But more infantry would be fine. Well, I'm enjoying it so far. The battles feel a lot more intimate, I guess, rather than Empire, where it's just kind of checkmate, move things around the board, everything's fine. Now it's more, no, actually, these things are, you need to do these things properly. We have a rebellion in Scotland. War declared between the United Provinces and Westphalia. Okay, so then these men. Okay, let's recruit Grenadiers. That's quite a lot. 1,500 is a lot. Let's get another. Get a New England company and a unit of militia. So over the next 2 turns, they will be slowly growing. Sloop in the Irish Sea. Tempted to grab that sloop and cash it in. You will be doing that, and we'll also be attacking these enemy Scots. So once we kill them, once we kill this army, they should come into the fold. So, but first, I'm going to take some of these ships up and grab that Spanish sloop. But looking at the timer, I believe it's time to end the episode. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you next time for more Empire 2. Thanks, everyone.